Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be talking about hiding status bar in SwiftUI views in iOS 17. So the status bar on iPhone is always visible, but there may be situations where you may want to hide it from the screen that actually offers an immersive experience. Now, to achieve this, SwiftUI offers dot, or basically a modifier, status bar hidden. Basically, this modifier hides the status bar. Okay, so let's go ahead and try it out with a simple example. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a VStack, and inside the VStack we're going to create a labeled content. Okay, and we're going to use the label content that actually takes the title key and the content, and we're going to say with dev key. And for the content, we are going to basically just say text learn iOS. Okay, and let's go ahead and give this a foreground style of mint. Okay, let's go ahead and make the whole thing as large title. All right, and let's also add some padding around this. So basically we have this label content, and basically this is our view, and what we're going to do is we're going to basically have we're going to run this onto the simulator. Okay, so we have the app running in the simulator, and it should load in a minute. Let's go ahead and there we go. So as you can see that the status bar is visible right here. Okay, now if you want to basically hide the status bar, we can apply the modifier status bar hidden. Okay, and we're just gonna say hidden is true, just like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and rerun, and in this case we should not see the status bar, or status bar should hide as soon as the view actually appears. Okay, now we can bind this boolean value that actually determines whether to show or hide the status bar, and we can control it using our own app. So let's say, like, we have a state variable here, state private var hide status, and we're going to set it to false. Okay, now next thing we're going to do is we're going to basically come here and create a toggle, and this toggle is going to hide the status bar. So okay, hide status bar, and is on. It's basically tied to this hide status bar, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and rerun this. Actually, you know what? Before we run this, we need to make sure that we're actually using the value from the state variable hide status. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and rerun this. And now what we should see basically is a status bar hidden toggle, and as soon as we toggle it on, the status bar disappears, and as soon as we turn it off, the status bar should appear. Now change status bar, basically state is reflected, and it actually is retained in all the child views. So let's say if we put this inside a navigation stack. So I'm gonna take the whole thing except the status bar hidden, and we're gonna create a navigation stack, and create a navigation link. And this navigation link is simply going to a text view. We are not doing anything complicated here. This is the destination, and for the label, we're gonna simply have the label, and we're gonna paste our VStack inside. Okay, so now if we run this, what we should see basically is a ability to hide and toggle the status bar, but we also want to basically launch this launch this view. So let's go ahead and click on this, and as soon as we click on the content, we actually get into the detail, and we can see the status bar is being displayed in both of the views. So let's go ahead and hide it, and we're gonna go into the destination and notice that the state for the status is retained. That means basically status bar is still hidden, but change in the status bar visibility in this way is not retained for other views that are not in the view hierarchy for this particular navigation stack. So let's say if you have like a sheet or a full screen cover, in those cases this property of status bar change is not retained. Let's go ahead and try it out. So what we're going to do is we are going to create another state variable first, and this is going to basically be called show model dialog, and we're gonna say it's false. And what we're gonna do is we are going to take this out, replace it, and then we're just gonna basically set the on tap gesture on the vstack. So on tap gesture, and this is going to toggle the show model. Okay, and we want to present a sheet. All right, sheet is presented. It's basically going to be called when the show model status actually changes, and inside this we're going to create a vstack, which is just going to say text, this is destination, and there's going to be a button which is going to programmatically disable or dismiss the sheet, programmatically dismiss the sheet. So show model dot toggle back. Okay, so now let's go ahead and run this, and what we should see is basically a sheet being launched. Okay, and as soon as we launch the sheet, we can actually go back and the status bar stays, but we're going to hide the status bar, and we're going to tap on it, and notice that status bar actually appears again. Now in this case, basically the status bar only appears for the sheet. As soon as we click back, status bar disappears because it's not being displayed anymore. Now note that status bar becomes visible as soon as the sheet is launched. The same behavior can be observed with the full screen cover as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this sheet to full screen cover. Okay, and we're going to relaunch, and in this case we're going to see the full screen cover, and that full screen cover is going to basically retain the it's not going to retain the property of status bar being hidden, and it's going to basically display the status bar or bring back the status bar. As soon as we go back, the status bar hides itself. Okay, so this is how you can control the status bar programmatically, and in this video we actually covered various different scenarios where you might want to keep an eye on, like, status bar being displayed accidentally when you have disabled it. Okay, so one thing you can do is you can keep on passing the current state of the status bar and use that property to basically hide or show the status bar in subsequent views that are not in the same view hierarchy. All right, okay, so with that we have reached the end of this video. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in another video. Thank you.